Hey traders from around the world, what's going on? Holla at your boy. It's Jeremy Alexander Newsome with reallifetrading.com. Hope you're doing wonderful. It's Wednesday, just as a reminder, Thursday. Yeah, that is tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, the 29th of September. Still the second most anticipated webinar of all time. Pretty much going to be making a lot of announcements about a lot of things that I've been having on my mind. And I want to tell you guys about some great upcoming ideas and thoughts and goals and aspirations for real life trading. So be there. It will be recorded, but the link to register is in the description box below if you're watching this email via YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pumped for tomorrow. Let's talk markets. Oh my goodness. Really excited about today's candle. So we mentioned not a few days ago, what was last time? Monday? Okay, so Monday, little black candle, and the one before that was Friday, was right there, and the one before that was Wednesday. Okay, great. So pretty much what we had is we had a white candle gapping up. That's a retest gap. Boom, this is the retest, and bam. Those are the call options, rocking like a champ. So I'm excited to see what the SPY's doing. Love the lower shadow. Had a good friend of mine. Let me actually pull this up in a little communication so you guys can see what we were talking about earlier today. Here we go. So I had a buddy of mine mention, hey Jeremy, do you feel like the market has found a bottom today and that it will hit that and go bullish from here? That was about 10:25 my time. So here's a 5-minute chart on SPY, and here is the market, and 10:25 my time was right there. And so I replied to him, yep. So it was a good buying opportunity, right? White candle gapped up, stock traded down, and then stock bounced. So really, really good moves on the SPY today. Loving the candles, expecting some higher highs and higher lows from here. Excited to see what plays out. The Qs, oh man. Like today's lower shadow on the Qs also. Not a lot is happening, but it does appear to me that we're just going to kind of hang out. I got the stop on the 118 October calls at 117. I like the lower low and lower high. Target on the Qs is 120.50. Here's your exponential moving averages, and as of right now, those look decent. Here's Apple, ticker symbol AAPL. A few people triggered in Apple today. Definitely some selling pressure for sure. It is a white candle with an upper shadow. So my aspirations is going to be planning for a gap down and a trade higher tomorrow. This is a retest gap. The reason I wrote that in is just so that I can anticipate if the stock really does gap down and trade higher, that we can kind of stay in on this trade and just kind of keep our eyes on it. Let's keep going on some other trades out there. Here's GoPro, ticker symbol GPRO. We're in bullish on GoPro on the pullback. A lot of you guys remember we had an entry here and a stop initially was down here. So we've increased the stop to 1577, 1831 is the target 50 MA on the weekly, and then 1941. So if you're on GoPro bullish, overall, I like the volume, I like the pennant pattern, looks nice. Starbucks, SBUX. Here's Starbucks on a weekly chart. And what's interesting to keep an eye on is you got the 100 simple moving average on a weekly, and you got the Chris Hemsworth Thor hammer right there on the 100. Long-term support. This is a great buy low, sell high, longer term swing trade on Starbucks. A few traders did have some put sales on SBUX at the $52 level. Those look like they're going to expire worthless this Friday. If you did get a chance to get triggered in at $53.75, that was the analysis that I posted in TradingView. Let me go ahead and open that for you really quick just so you can see it. And really, it was all based on this analysis right here. White candle gapped up into a hammer on the hourly, retest gap. There's the retest, and there's the pop. The original stop was 52.61, so if you're in that trade, you could definitely move up the stop to 52.86. And let me just hop over here to TradingView and again kind of show you. But here it was, posted 8 days ago on Starbucks. And again, a few traders made some good money on this pop. But here's the 100 simple on the weekly, and there was the trade setup right there. And we can kind of see how we transpired from there. So at this point, if you want to move the stop up to at least break even or potentially even, about 53.47 to lock in a little bit of gain, and we will see if and when Starbucks can make any higher highs from here. But regardless, this put sale on Starbucks should expire worthless. Ticker symbol SQ. I like the lower shadow. A few people in on this one have a higher high today. Here is your weekly chart, and here's your exponential moving averages on a weekly. I like the lower shadow. Just going to sit back, relax, and see what happens on that one. Here's Priceline, ticker symbol PCLN. Got to give a shout out to my good buddy Brian Bodie. Brian had a 1375, 1380 bull put spread. which is down here expiring last Friday. Good job, Brian. He got in on that a few days ago. So right now, the 1476 level is the all-time high on Priceline. Southwest Airlines looking good. So Stan has a $36 put sale on Priceline. Justin Linderman in some calls on Southwest. If I hop over here to a weekly chart, you'll really see my analysis on this one, I think. That's pretty much what it is, folks. Really good support down here. Really good resistance up here. Looks like it's in a channel. Buy low, sell high. Expect a potential 5 to 6 month bullish move. So all I'm saying is be patient, right? If you're in bullish down here, don't expect it to happen overnight. It does take some time. But if you are looking to go long at this level on Southwest for a longer term swing trade, that makes the most sense to me on ticker symbol LUV. Here's LN. I like this newer stock. It's a brand new IPO. It's a social media company. I really like this gap that occurred the other day. So again, this stock is brand new. So looking for this to come down, bounce, and buy the dip. So I got my eyes on LN, just an update. Here's ticker symbol FB, Facebook, speaking of social media. And Ron's got himself a covered call at 132. Looks like Facebook still has a nice little pennant pattern. And that thing could break out bullish or bearish at some point. For those of you who are not in on Facebook, I will say I'm going to keep waiting for a larger dip on this stock before I try to pick up some shares. Something like this, one of those moves that we had there or there or there before I try to do anything. So that's why this 115 put sale is down here for October. If you are in Facebook, great. I know a lot of traders who are, and I do mean a lot, because at the beginning of the year, which was in January, I mentioned this would likely be a $150 by the end of the year. It's getting close. We still have one more earnings to go and 3 more months. So we'll see. It's gonna get right under the wire. But regardless, traders are making good money on Facebook. It's a longer term bullish trade. Short term, I don't see a lot of directional edge. Long term though, still looks bullish. Speaking of no edge, Facebook. Here's the deal. Not trading Facebook again until earnings. It is insanely sideways right now. Really nice. I love it. I think you all know my plan on Facebook. I am hoping that it stays below 104 until earnings. If Facebook can trade in here until earnings and then gap action above 104, that's what I'm asking it to do. I don't know if it does that, but if Netflix does do that, I will be looking to go long Netflix after it gaps up. So right now, no trade on it directionally until then. VRX, you know what? We might as well keep an eye on it down here, folks. Here's the deal. This 26.15 level, I do think VRX could go to 0. That's a really good opportunity to do that. But what we got to keep in mind is this is a really, really good support where we have bounced off of before. So if your trading plan allows you to take a bullish trade off of a support, this is one that you can keep your eyes on. Make sure you have your risk on this one a little bit loose because VRX can gap a lot. So don't be too aggressive with this trade because anything can change overnight on VRX. Very speculative trade for sure. But it is at a support where it can bounce. Lockheed Martin looks like a really good bracket trade. Bearish, bullish, boom, boom. Puts and calls, bracket Lockheed Martin. It's at the 100 simple moving average right now. Could go in either direction. Keep your eyes on that beast. Got to give a shout out to a new real life trader, Dee Simpson. Dee, I got the pleasure of meeting her at Starbucks about a week or so ago. She got into a long bullish swing trade on Ocean Power Technology yesterday. And I don't know what her target was, but this thing gapped overnight. Lot of big run up, and I don't know if she hit a target or not. Nice little resistance right here at about 850. But if she did, great job, D, snagging some gains. If you did make some gains, but regardless, good job being in a bullish trade that moved well on Ocean Power Technology. Speaking of moved well, Joe Evans absolutely wrecked some paychecks.com. Talk about getting paychecks. Good job, Joe. This was a white candle gapping down below a support. He bought some puts at open and made some money trading it to the 100 simple moving average. This was a great bearish gap and go on paychecks today. Some other trades that we did place. I did lose an R on Netflix. Bearish today. Another reason why I'm not going to trade it until earnings. So it's just not giving me a really good direction. But Shopify, ticker symbol SHOP, was a really good bearish gap this morning. Here's your exponential moving average on the 10 EMA. It opened right below that support. And on the 5-minute chart, I'm sure most of you will see the way this transpired. And Brad drew this trade setup. Here's your VWAP, the purple line. So anyway, stock trade down, a little bit of a support. There's the stop. target 1, target 2, and then, well, you can see what happened. Shopify broke down. So bottom line, ladies and gentlemen, you win some, lose small, win big, risk mitigate all the time, trade your plan, be disciplined, and of course, be real life traders. I'll see you all tomorrow. I'm amped, and until then, remember, love life, live life, and trade it. See ya!